Taydo, Crustin Smash 64, Mr. Sonic Fan. Who is he? Why does everyone hate him? This will be the definitive video about him. We are about to tell you everything, what he did to us, and about his million self-insert, and with proof. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Christian Sanchez. Yes, I'm talking in plural. In this part, some friends and I are going to tell you our stories, and with the enough proof. So get ready guys, because this is Rossiter's side of the story.
Hi guys, my name's Rossiter, and I'm gonna tell you about my experience with Crustin. Well, it all started innocently enough. I stumbled upon his Game Jolt page for Super Smash Bros. Crash, which has since been deleted for God knows why. So I saw that his post was about he wanted more music composers. So I did music. I wanted to get back into doing music at the time, so I comment on his post and I'm like, hey, I can do the music department. And he's like, okay, go ahead. And so that's how I started making music for him. And ever since then, I've started to see his, his flaws. You know, how he overreacts about dislikes, how he yells at people to stop making quote-unquote hate comments, you know what I mean? I still didn't know he stole code at the time, but it's whatever, I'll get to that later. But, I was sending him my music tracks and all that, and he was giving me good criticism, like how my drums didn't sound right, and I fixed them, and he applauded me, and yeah. When it comes to the music department, he was alright. He was okay. But things started to go downhill from there. Once I asked him about the trolls and the other people that really were hating on his content, I asked him, why are you like this? Why do you behave like this? And he just shrugged it off as a bunch of trolls, you know. So I tell him, listen, you gotta stop getting so angry. I know how trolls work. Trolls, they will continue to pester you and pester you and pester you as long as you give them attention, you know what I mean? So after a while I asked him if he could disable comments on his video to see if that would help, but he told me that disabling comments just made it seem like an empty video. At this point I don't even know if he knows how to disable comments, but whatever. But yeah, so essentially I tried to help him, but alas, he didn't listen. He still kept giving people that were criticizing him a hard time, and he still kept yelling at trolls, particularly Sock Puppet, to stop. I mean, the best strategy you're dealing with trolls is to just ignore them, you know what I mean? But he's just reacting. And then I saw his video about his quote-unquote original character battle, which was him, Oliver, and a couple other guys I don't remember the names of, their Mugen characters fighting. So, LightningDude made a comment that said, this video is clickbait. Now, I tried to defend Taydo, as I did back then, before I knew better. So Taydo goes,
oh god, not you again.
So I tell him, no, stay quiet. He'll leave you alone if you stop reacting to him, you know what I mean? So LightningDude writes out a big paragraph saying that he's stolen code and he's done all these terrible things and all that. So I tell him, prove it. And he does. He sends me a link to his stash, which has 7 years worth of all the stuff he's done. So I'm like, okay, thanks for giving me evidence to back up your claims, and I'll take a look at it when I have a better internet connection. Meanwhile, Taydo's just begging me not to look in there. It's like he's hiding something. So when I go home to where I have internet, I look at the archives, and I'm like, oh god, this guy's terrible. I would list off all the things he's done, but, well, it would take a while. And frankly, I don't think it's fit for YouTube. So, yeah, anyways. So after that, that's when I made up my mind to make the diss track about him. And on that day, I contacted him on Discord, and I'm like, hey, listen, I don't know if we should be, talking that much anymore. And he's like,
Oh my god, you're not gonna quit, are you?
and I'm like, not unless you want me to. And yeah, I was doing my usual self-decaying stuff, you know what I mean? And he was like,
No, please don't, I don't want this.
even though I've already said I wasn't gonna quit, which I ended up quitting later. He was just overreacting. And then he found my comments in LightningDude's stash, and he was like,
Mind explaining yourself?
well, of course, I didn't explain myself, because, I kind of stayed quiet until I released the diss track, and then I sent him my diss track. And this is where all hell broke loose. Honestly, I laughed at this guy. So basically, first thing he sends me is a question mark. One question mark. As if he still doesn't know what's going on. Like, come on, man. It took you 3 days to find the comments I made on LightningDude's stash, and you still act like you have no clue what's going on. You're either playing the dumb card, or you're legit that stupid. So, right off the bat, he says,
You know what? Crash is cancelled.
and I'm like, that's cool. You probably stole code for it anyways. And from there on, things just got more and more hilarious. Like, here's example, a highlight. He said,
You wanna join LightningDude's army? Go ahead, because I won't be making my own. Because I can handle you all by myself.
obviously he hasn't been. And I tell him, your actions are the reason everybody hates you. Simple cause and effect. You learned this in like 6th grade. And he tells me, practice.
I'm a senior.
Like, one, what does this have to do with learning cause and effect in 6th grade? He goes on, I tell him, did I say you were in 6th grade? No, I didn't. And he's like,
Yes, you did. Don't deny it.
I never said anything. Like, look at this. I said he learned cause and effect in 6th grade. And if he's a senior now, he should know this, right? After all the stuff he said, after all this, after a while, I used one of his old statements against him. Basically, when people told him to take down his hate art about them, he's like, no, you can't tell me what to do, you're not my mom. So, I used something similar here. He told me to take down the diss track, which I wasn't going to, of course. And I told him I wasn't going to take it down, because you can't tell me what to do, because you're not my mom. So, he's like, he doesn't have any good comebacks, so what he does is he sends me an angry emoji and gives me a death threat. Now, at first I was like, okay, I'm definitely blocking this guy, which I did. But, as I come to find out, death threats were not something new. To him. He has given many death threats. So, yeah, that's pretty much a summary of my experience with him. So, yeah, that pretty much sums it up. You're free to make your own judgments or whatever. But, yeah, that's just my side of the story. Okay. See ya.
Taydo? What the hell is that? I was promised free food!
I always was someone that wanted to help others. Someone that gave chances to everyone to improve and change. And sadly, I discovered Taydo's channel. I already knew who is he and what he did, but oh my god, the character looks so different now. He is already 17 years old, so I thought he was old enough to understand the stuff. And then I joined his Discord server, and I tried to help him. I told him how to be original, how to improve in his character, and of course, how to improve as a human. Of course, his ideas were not that original, but I still tried to help him. I tried to be cool by playing Smash Bros with him. Me and my friend also learned how he always plays.
Oh yeah, that guy. I beat his ass in Smash.
One day, I saw him getting angry because of all the raids on his server, and I gave him a pretty good solution in the DMs. Make a video saying sorry. This will make the people who still kept telling you all that old stuff to shut up. You can go like, I'm really sorry for what I have done in the past. I'm sorry for everything that made people hate me. Obviously, there is people that will not trust you and say, this is fake. But you don't answer them. Leave them alone. Then try to stop doing things like threatening some people to death, and then they will start noticing your changes. And about Mugen, finish making every new attack and then make a video with the progress. They will shut up for once. To silence them, you not only need words, but also facts. After a couple of... He said,
I'll make an apology video later.
but one day, after arriving to the server, where he told me to ban the guy who was raiding when he could easily ban him by himself because he's the admin of the server, but I wasn't even at my house at the time, and after he literally said
You're so fucking
Cactus.
retarded.
to some guy that don't knew what was happening, me and some guys tried to help him to stop this. And of course, we told him to do the apologize video, but he said,
I'm not doing that shit.
Cactus.
Not after what they've done. People never respected me.
dude, you have done bad stuff too, and really bad stuff as well. You know what they say? An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, Paul. And let's be honest, you never respected people too. You just called someone that didn't do anything bad
Retarded.
some minutes after those messages, and then we discovered how childish he really is. Like, dude, when Rossiter made a diss track about him, one part of the song said,
I met some pricks in my life, but you, sir, are a cactus.
obviously, he just compared him to a cactus because he have a lot of pricks, and prick is kind of an insult. But Taydo took the "you sir are a cactus" as an insult, and not the actual insult. Now you know why we call him Cactus. He just refused to apologize and change. And then I knew that that will never work. So I just left his server. After some minutes, he sent me this DM.
If you're gonna choose LightningDude side, fine by me.
LightningDude side. I wasn't taking sides. I was doing the right thing. And it looks like he's so salty about that diss track. So I told him my final message. I can't tell if I'm a good guy or a bad guy, or if you're a good guy or a bad guy. But I'm just doing the right thing. You don't want to change? Fine. I will stop trying. I'm just gonna tell you one thing. Not because people don't like what you do, they are bad. Not because people don't do what you want, they are bad. I'm done with you. Hate me all you want. I don't care. See ya, pal. And there is where everything ends. After that, he started to hate me. And should I feel bad? No! No! Because I knew this will happen at some point anyways. I gave him a chance, but I knew that somehow he will ruin everything, as always. Matty told me, Manny told me, Leo told me, everyone told me, but sadly, I thought I could change him. What a mistake. And also, I want you guys to see something he commented on one of his videos.
Where did a kid with Asperger's get that from? A documentary?
You know that I'm not the only one on this community that has Asperger's, and actually big part of this community has Asperger's? No wonder why we all hate you so much.
For every story there's two sides. Whenever you cross a street, you need to look both ways, because if you just look at one, you're gonna get hit by a car. Now, I've known Crustin for about 6-7 years, and I have to say this has been pretty chaotic, more than any other period of time that I've been online. Since 2012, November, I've seen that he made his account, and that he started picking fights with Matthias and Pro. He made really bad art to emphasize his points, and he made basic art for himself. Yeah, he quit before, and it was the start of a bunch of accounts. I have them written. It was about more than 10. Over the years, he started to be more progressively disturbing and starting to pick fights with girls. He was also sexually confused. He also copied people's work. People criticized him for that, and he still wouldn't budge. He recently now joined Discord to annoy people he dislikes. He made a bunch of things, and he denies allegations against him. So if you bring something from, say, 2013, he'll be like, oh, you just ran out of arguments, and he'll say that he won. Right now he has his mother witnessing stuff. He recently made a rant video about me, but he failed to do so, trying to address points, which I made a response to, and quite frankly, it was pretty pathetic to see. He also steals code from other people's Mugen characters and unabashedly gives poor excuses to justify his actions. He will dismiss people's comments that are critical of him, and he will continue to be hard-headed. Like, he'll say, okay, don't steal code, but he'll continue to do so because he's just lazy. He doesn't care. He also made fun of an autistic person via text messages, and that's even more pathetic than what he tried to do to me. He also gives indirect responses that either do not address the point or make him look bad still. Like, you'll tell him that what he said isn't helping, but he still continued to say it because it doesn't matter to him. He was also racist toward Matthias, having failed geography class because he thinks that he's Mexican, but he's really Argentinian. Like, really, man, get your shit together. I have a personal message for you, Christian. If you think that you can get away with trying to trick people, thinking that you're a good person, and continue what you're doing, it isn't gonna work. Because as long as there's witnesses, they're gonna keep bringing up the matter, and I'm gonna let them know. Because you're really that annoying. It's been 7 years, man. And we're all sick of it.
Well, it just started with me trying to troll Crustin and also getting a good reaction out of him, and eventually he did fell for it. But after a few talks here and there between him and me, we agreed to exchange our Discord accounts so we can talk about his behavior and to help him become a better person, since I did want him to, calm down with his anger. Eventually, it's proven that he's not very good with his communication, since he's always resorted to insulting me and just, saying some really nasty things to me, such as how he wishes I have cancer because when I die or something like that, he'll be happy because I'm no longer going to be here. After a few insults here and there and throwing at it back at each other, eventually he wanted me to apologize and take back everything I said if I wanted to further help him, and I told him I'm not going to do that until he apologizes first, since he was the one that started this mess. And then he blocked me, and after that I decided to just not bother with him anymore. So I just went on with my business and was just trying to do something on DeviantArt. But it's proven that he basically went back on and tried to troll me, just spam my account, and even threatened to get his friends, who are now his ex-friends, involved in trying to attack me, and also threatened to get hired by some bodyguards or whatever to beat me up. He just threatened to just find my address and just do a lot of harm to me. He's shown that he was really psychotic, and every time I try to mind my own business, he's always on my DeviantArt page, just trying to just say some nasty things here and there, and just trying to just spam my account and all that. There was many times he tried to do the same thing that Sock Puppet did to him on his YouTube account to me, which is rather stupid, to be honest. And one day, I don't know which account it was, we were having another discussion again, and then after I decided to leave him alone, a couple of days later, he sent me a note accusing me of disliking his video again. And when I tried to tell him that it was not me, eventually he basically resorted to threaten my whole family. He told me through notes that one of these days he's going to find where I am and kill me and my whole entire family. And he also resorted to calling me a bad, disgusting pig, and then just blocked me afterwards after I told him I screenshotted the whole thing and all that. Every time he comes back to DeviantArt, he wants to start something with me. And every time I try to hit him back with something way worse, he always cries and plays the victim, and even tries to blame me for everything and trying to accuse me of being the bully, which is rather dumb to be honest, and it's just really stressful. It's hard enough that I'm busy with school and work, as well as my personal issues. He's always there to just come back and just, start something with me and just try to spam my social media account.
And now, some random opinions about Taydo from random people.
Oh yeah, him. He's not the real Chris.
After watching this, Taydo, you really think that you're a good person? Well, now it's time for what probably everyone came to this video. His self-insert. And as many of you know, is bad. But we're not going to do it like the How to Not Be a Creator series, since I will wait until the final version of Taydo to make that video. For now, we are going to check some obvious points. As many of you know, the moves are literally traced from Nick.
Here I come, rougher than the rest of them, the best of them, tougher than leather. You can call me Knuckles. Unlike Sonic, I don't choke. I'd rather flex my muscles. I'm hard as nails. It ain't hard to tell. I break them down whether they solid or frail. Unlike the rest, I'm independent since my first breath. First test, feel the right, then the worst left. Born on an island. My ancestors flows.
And yes, he stole my moves and the Smash Bros mechanic. The Nest Zapper was stolen from Angry Video Game Nerd. His sprites are already good, but all the stolen stuff makes this a bad character. You know, the worst part of this is that he knows that he's not original, and in his own words, he's
Too lazy to think of something original.
and he defends himself saying that he's an
Echo Fighter.
dude. You don't know how does this work, right? Someone puts the effort on making their character to have people stealing them? No. What if someone steals something yours without your permission? Remember, Liarman made Crustin 2.0. How does that feel? Did you make your character for that? No, right? Then stop stealing stuff from us. You don't know how much effort I'm putting on my character. You stole my Smash mechanics like dash dance and stuff, and you say,
He plays like Smash Ultimate, so it's not his own style.
dude, please. I know I'm not Sakurai, and I did not create the Smash Bros. Ultimate. But you know who was there, getting the effects of making all the codes? Me. And you know who made the slide kick? Me. And you know who made the Smash mechanics in this game? Me. It was not easy. What are you gonna do next? Steal my allowed attack and say,
Marvel didn't create Persona 5, so I'm not stealing stuff from him.
because this thing pretty much confirms that he will steal more moves from me. I'm going to tell you one thing, Christian. You need a break from the internet. You're literally treating the internet like your own life, and that's not healthy, dude. Go outside, meet some people, think about your decisions, go to see a therapist, I don't know. But please, have at least some months without being connected to all this. I know it's hard, I know it's boring, but believe me, you need it. You need it. It's your decision to listen to me or not, but I'm being completely serious. You need a break. Ask a therapist about all the stuff you did, but please, believe me, I'm telling you this for your own good. Okay? I know you're not gonna listen. So guys, don't make the same mistake that I made. Don't give the guy an opportunity to change, because he won't listen. Take it from me, Rossiter, KokoTala, and a lot of other people from experience. Well, that's how what I have to say. It's showtime!
Hey, I'm here to kick your ass. Round 1, go!